Welcome back to another YouTube video. We watching Ecom. Now I don't know how to say your name, so hit me up in the DMs, call me, let me know how to say your name. So next time I'll say it right. I guess this man does e-commerce, and we about to get into it. Watch the whole video, how he does it.
Okay, I'm 20 years old and this brand new ecom store has just surpassed $60,000 profit inside its first 6 weeks of running. And the reason I'm actually making this video is because I do a model of ecom that's completely different to anything else you see online. It's basically called health shipping. So
I'm starting to realize when people say I'm doing something that you don't see online, it's not because other people haven't done it online before. It's just because it's not mainstream, so you would never have seen it in the first place if YouTube didn't randomly put this video in front of you. So it really doesn't really matter if you haven't seen it online before, because realistically, it happened a whole bunch of times. Just that people didn't do it correctly. They didn't do it entertainingly. They didn't do it with the right quality or the right sound quality, so nobody watched it, and YouTube didn't push that type of content.
Selling health products on Facebook to older people. So yeah, in this video, I'm going to give you the full framework of basically everything I do to actually take a store from an idea to actually launching and actually making money. So I'm going to break that all down in a second, but as you can see on these metrics, it's around 6 weeks, I think. We have done 184K revenue, 2.5 hours, spent over $70,000 on ads, and this has basically brought us $60,000 net profit.
All right. Now we break it down. What I don't understand, and that's the only part I don't understand, is it says there that he spent $73,000 on ads, right? But he made $60,000 in profit, right? So let's put the numbers together so I can make it make sense. So if he spent $73,000 in ads, well, he spent $73,367. So $73,367 in ads, and then he had a profit of $60,660. So we're gonna add 660 to the overall total. We come out with $1,034. Okay, so now let's do this. Let's do 134,000 divided by 184,000. I mean minus. Perfect. So he only spent around 50 grand in product cost.
6 weeks, which is actually really good. But yeah, I'm going to break down the full process and also go.
What I don't understand though is the fact that it said he spent $73,000 in ads, but in his attribution lifetime, it says he only spent 53,000 and 1,000, and these numbers don't add up on the bottom. But maybe I'm tripping. I don't know. I mean, I never used the system.
You're probably stuck in your situation and why you probably can't actually get like ecom or dropshipping to work. So I'm going to break down real quick basically what you're doing right now, like I did in the previous videos, and then I'm going to go into everything I do in like full detail after this. So this is probably you right now, Panjit Kumar, just, you know, launching products, botting out a little bit. And if you ever watched any kind of video from this guy or any kind of bullshit gurus you see online, then this is probably the full method you would have followed, right? So you would use a bullshit spy tool to doom scroll until you actually find a product that's a scroll stopper. Then you check for basic product saturation from just searching on the ad library. You'd build a website and launch your product test. This method is terrible. Basically, it's so simple, and it's the reason why people can actually test 5 products a day and test like 10 products a day. But you're essentially just throwing shit at the wall, and you have no real marketing angle, no target audience, no real strategy behind.
We trying to make this entertaining, my guy. Let's go. Let's make it faster. Fast it up, man. Fast it up.
And you're essentially just rinsing and repeating until 1, you either get lucky, or 2, you run out of cash. And the main drawback to this method is you basically build no actual real ecom skill set or real marketing.
That's some real facts he just spit. Either you get lucky or you run out of cash before you can get lucky. Everybody in the casino ran out of cash before they lucky break. That's the same thing with e-commerce. You run out of money before your lucky break, so you go back and you do whatever you got to do to get your money.
Your pretty much just throwing shit at the wall and hoping it sticks. So I'm gonna give you the 4 health shipping pillars you need to master to actually make out.
I'm not gonna lie, for some reason, like I just don't like how he's smiling so much. I don't know. We gotta meet in person, my man. But you smiling a lot. Let's watch. Just watch to smile. Just keep watching the video. It's for some reason it seems like he's smiling a whole bunch.
Bye. So, first of all, obviously this is kind of like the full step-by-step process I take.
You see what I'm saying? And like y'all gotta remember, right? Like this dude is in a room by himself looking at a TV screen. So that's all I'm gonna say. And he not watching nothing. He is. It's like he's doing like a test right now. Like he's going through his stuff. I don't know, man.
And the ones that I've kind of gone over in previous videos. But first thing, product and market research. This is the method, right? So I have a pre-prompted ChatGPT channel that identifies a gap in the market first before we even know what product we're going to sell. After this, I basically get GPT to give me product suggestions and concepts that actually solve this problem. Then
It's just his face, y'all. I fucked up. It's just his face. He not even smiling. It's his joints curved like this a little bit. That's what it is. My fault. My fault, bro.
Competition and saturation level, but there's a few things to note on this point. I broke this down in a previous video, so I'll kind of get it up now. So yeah, it was in this board here, right? And I'm more referring to these two here. These two basically mean, yeah, it's a good product. If it's a saturated product and your angle's saturated, obviously don't sell it. If it's a saturated product and an unsaturated angle, it's good. If it's an unsaturated product and an unsaturated angle, it's good, but harder to launch if you're a beginner. It's pretty much that simple. So after you've followed all of these steps here, you now basically have a product, an angle, and a target audience. And in theory, you have more proof of concept than this method over here, and this is before you've even made a Shopify account or launched a Facebook ad. So after I've done all of this, I basically make a final assessment using this checklist, and my product pretty much needs to meet all of these requirements. So either the product or angle hasn't been dominated in the USA, that's what I was referring to up here. So it needs to either be an unsaturated angle or an unsaturated product, or both. Then the COGS estimate, when we actually check it on AliExpress, needs to allow you to actually sell for over a 3.5x markup. Really important one, obviously, if you're selling health, the product you're actually selling needs to obviously solve the issue you're marketing to, otherwise this is just going to cause issues later down the line. This one isn't always applicable, but I always look for high quality reviews on main retailers like Amazon. Obviously, if your product has like 100 sales on Amazon and not many reviews, then I wouldn't like kind of take this and be like, okay, I can't run this. But if it has, let's say, loads of sales on Amazon, all the reviews are like 1 and 2 star, obviously don't run it. Then obviously vice versa, if it's good, then run it. But then if you're a beginner, if the product actually has a decent amount of content on TikTok that's like been posted organically, so you can rip it, this is also another point. Obviously, if you're kind of more advanced, you can go in, and if you actually believe in your products and your angle, you can order custom content straight away. But that's also not really how I usually do things. Now, I didn't want to make this section.
So basically, what I'm hearing is, right? Maybe I'm wrong. Correct me in the comments. Or you let me know. You find a product that somebody else is selling. You do all your market research on that product that somebody else is selling, and then after you do your market research, you steal their content so you can run ads so you can make money on what they make. If maybe I'm understanding. I don't know if copyright. I don't know if that's a thing, and I don't know in the e-commerce, but we'll figure it out.
A lot of people have asked for a video on a supplier, but I'm going to break it down here in like 30 seconds because it's really, really simple. So all you want to do is obviously get your COGS estimate from finding your product on AliExpress.
Because from my understanding, e-commerce is like taking someone's already product that they sold you for $20 and selling it for $22, right? But like we gotta really remember, right? Like there's this thing called copyright, and like like if I gave you this pen that was mine and you sold it for $20, that's fine. But like you're selling somebody else's product, it's a topic. I don't know, right? Like,
and the process basically goes like this. If you're new to Ecom and you're a beginner and your store's at less than 10 orders a day consistently, then you need to use a supplier app at the start.
Let's look it up real quick. No, you generally cannot sell someone else's product on Amazon without permission and without paying them. While reselling items you purchase is generally allowed, selling items you don't own, especially branded products, often requires authorization from the brand owner or the manufacturer. And that's what I'm saying, right? Like you cannot generally sell someone else's product on Amazon without permission or without paying them, while reselling items you purchase is generally allowed. So does that count if you put their products online and you only got one of them, and you just sell a whole bunch of that one that you buy, and you just buy it on demand, print on demand? Like that's like, I mean, that's a lot of, it's a lot of blurring lines in that. Is what I'm trying to say. Well, let's go back and watch it.
Zen drop or anything that's got like the best cogs. And as soon as you get to 10 orders a day consistently, uninstall the app and switch to a private agent. If you boys didn't know, I actually did launch a private community, and I'm giving everyone in there access to my agent. So if you want to check that out, there'll be a link in the description. But obviously, if you're already at 10 orders a day, skip that app part. And yeah, like I said here, I'm referring all community members to my agent basically the moment they qualify. So then we basically have a product and angle, a target audience, a supplier, and cost of goods. So obviously next thing, build a website. And your website basically wants to follow kind of all of these steps, and kind of execute on all of these steps at a decent level. So it needs to be 1, informative and educational. 2, speak directly to our target audience's life problems. 3, it needs to be clean, well branded and professional. And then obviously your standard shit that people say, like authentic, social proof, and having like a good offer. Another big thing on product images, obviously they need to be clean, well branded, and like just professional in general. So it's like appealing on the eye, I guess you could say. But one thing that not many people do with product images is their product images don't actually serve a purpose. Now what I mean by this is when a customer lands on your product page, right, and they scroll down the whole page, in their mind they're basically going through like a journey of 1, being educated, 2, being convinced, and they're basically just going through steps of logic and emotion in their mind as they scroll down the page. So for the customers that just stay at the top and scroll the images from left to right, we basically want to kind of have these images serve the exact same purpose, the exact same way. So your product.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie. The people that won't good in school is gonna have so many issues watching this type of content, because all they do is just chat. Like that's it. They just chatting. Like get to the bread and the butter.
Should always include like an asset attached to the image. Don't just include a plain image of your product. So what I like to do is either have an offer, a guarantee, a feature or a benefit, social proof, or just be informative and be like an authority image. So I hope that makes sense. I've tried to break it down simply, but yeah, that's basically all you need for a website. Then you want to go ahead and obviously make ads for testing. And my full method is I basically use the ChatGPT channel we built before to prompt and build 2 1-minute AI voiceover scripts. Then using this script, I use ChatGPT to build a brief for this script. This brief's going to give us visual suggestions for B-roll and product footage. We're basically going to get B-roll from a website called Storyblocks, product footage from TikTok. Don't be picky at the
I'm
start.
not gonna lie. I'm just starting to realize, right? Like that is definitely something that's like non-heard of, right? Which is what I'm trying to do. Like, and I think that's why my content is so valuable, and that's what I'm trying to create, that value in the community. Like the same way he's just talking and showing you guys a PowerPoint, I want to actually show you guys, like not none of that talking, like all of that chatting, like do this on a PowerPoint slide, like actually do it with you boys, show you guys in an informative way, not even informative, in an entertaining way, so you boys can actually see it. Like, come on, let's do our research on it.
Because you don't have the luxury.
Let's try to come together, me and the education community. Let's try to come together so we can build things in real life, like real world, like none of that behind the scenes fake stuff, like real world, like up front. Come on now, everything ain't IRL and mainstream now. Why can't we create IRL businesses?
Sourcing custom content. Then I edit it all together with CapCut. Very, very simple. If I'm personally...
Yes, the vlog or whatever you about to create is going to be like 2 hours fucking long if you got to do all this stuff in it. But like you can break it down one step at a time, make it into a series, put it in a channel, something.
In the store now, I'd obviously use my full-time video editor. But if you're starting out, obviously don't go and get team members before you actually know what a good ad looks like. So you're going to have to learn basic CapCut and edit it yourself. If you want a full breakdown on this, there is another video where I kind of show. What the fuck is that? Terrible pause. But there's another video where I kind of go over how I make VSLs, and I think I made this when the store did its first 6K day a few weeks ago. But yeah, you can watch the above video for my full process in action. And that is basically the full framework. But obviously, after all of this, you need to launch on Facebook. So I'm going to make a dedicated Facebook strategy video.
I guess that's him done.
Sometime towards the end of this week, as this has been pretty highly requested.
I guess this is how he does his videos though, which is not that bad. Maybe he has a main channel or something, or like, because I mean, at 20 years old, I mean, like, I guess he's just showing you guys what he does.
But after running on Facebook, if your store is a winner, you basically now have an evergreen business that generates money year round, a high quality, high paying customer base who actually needs your products, doesn't just want them like it's a fashion product or some bullshit gadget, you know, and a Facebook CPM that can be up to 5 times lower than the industry standard. For example, I'll show you mine now. Okay, so this is the highest spending ad account that I basically have. It's in the same time period, but the spend's a little bit less because I also have another ad account active on this store. But as you can see, this is our main
Egan 3. I'm not gonna lie. He said it's in the same time period. So you telling me this dude's spending $160,000 in ads a month? That's all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna leave it with y'all. He's spending almost $250,000 in ads a month. Now I'm gonna just give y'all some game. Sometimes you get 30 days to pay that. Sometimes you got an Amex that you can increase it to 60 days. Sometimes you got other things that you can do and arbitrage it. But what I am gonna say is, it's still not no small number.
UK CBO here.
I know a lot of people be capping. So but I'm just saying, it ain't no small number.
In this 6-week period, this account.
Also, I know that people be using other people's money to do that, and then they be posting online like it's their own money, but they don't let you know that it's a client's money, if that makes sense. A client they're using their client's money to run ads for their client business, not their own money, but they try to make it seem like it's their own money. Some people do that. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm not gonna keep it going, but some people do that. Which I personally think you should just be like, I run a social media marketing agency, or the agency that runs ads, and this is a client's money that I use to make them money. So at least I social proof that I know how to make other people money, and then it's not that bad when it comes back. Like, oh well, that wasn't your money. Like, yeah, well, my money, but if it was my money, I still would have made money. That's cool. But if you make it seem like it was all your money, I don't really like that.
Specifically spent 50 grand in the US and returned 112k, which is pretty good. And if I scroll over to CPM, as you can see, I'm getting like.
And y'all gotta think, right? Like, this man is talking about 50% profit margins in the e-commerce business. That's crazy. Like, you barely get 50. You can't even get like 50% profit margins in a service business is hard. Imagine 50. Like, I don't know. That's why I kind of gotta like really like, I have to do e-commerce just to know, because like if I don't, or like actually see these numbers in real life and like go with these guys and be on that day-to life with them, because like 50% profit margin is not that normal.
$39 CPM in the USA.
Not normal at all, especially for a search product. So when these guys, like when I'm watching videos like this, and I'm not saying nothing about you, Egan, like I'm not saying nothing about you. What I'm saying is, when people show you numbers like that, like those are astronomical numbers. At 20 years old, especially like when we're younger, like even I'm around the same age, like those numbers are crazy. 50% profit margin is outrageous. So you got to do some verification on that.
Which is really cheap. As if you were to go ahead and launch like a fashion store now on Facebook with no real angle, no like intentional marketing, then I guarantee your CPM is going to be looking at around $150 to $200. And if you've done this in the last like year or so, you would 100% agree with me. The CPMs right now on like fashion and gadget drop shipping are basically through the roof, because the barrier to entry is essentially on the floor. But yeah, you also will have a store that's ready to scale into a longer term brand, which is a thing I'm doing now. That's actually why it's not scaled recently, because I've just put a stock order in and I'm kind of waiting for the stock to actually arrive before I start scaling, because we had some product issues and product quality issues beforehand. But yeah, the whole kind of objective is to build it into a longer term brand that has other product releases and customers that actually come back and buy again. And more importantly, customers that actually have a good relationship with your brand and haven't been burnt on a shit fashion product. And this is basically all because you've stacked the odds in your favor and actually given yourself the best chance to win.
I'm not gonna lie. We've been watching this whole video together, and I'm gonna reinvert. No disrespect to you, Egan, again, but this guy has said maybe 15 words outside of his PowerPoint slide. Like he's literally like he was in school and he read each PowerPoint slide exactly how it was created, which makes me think that he didn't create it himself, and he hired somebody else to create it. But even if he did create it himself, you should know it. But like, it was like he just reading one step at a time. He said, okay, a store that's ready to scale into a longer term brand with other product releases and customers that actually come back and, buy again, that haven't got burned by another company, right? And if you do all that, then all that, you basically stack the odds in your favor and actually giving yourself the best chance to win in Ecom. And like I said in previous, watch the next one.
You haven't just been farmed
The
by
next,
affiliate links
the thing he got. Oh, fuck.
by people like this, and you've actually gone out and done proper market research and actually assessed a gap in the market. But like I said in the previous video,
Listen.
is if you copy everyone else.
Come on now, he literally wrote the script like that. Like now, he literally said a couple words and like I said in the previous video, if you copy everyone else, you'll be like everyone else. Like who wrote this for you, bro? No disrespect. You probably, who wrote this for you, my man? I'm not gonna lie. We gotta make some more organic content. Yes, it can be educational, but I think showing is better than telling. And sometimes I show too much and I don't tell. I tell too much and I don't show too much. So we all got issues, but we gotta kind of come together as a content creation community, as an educational business creative community, and show you boys more than we do all this talking and flabbing of the lips. Cause y'all don't like all that talking and all that flabbing, cause it don't help y'all. And even like you showing them, let's go to some of your other videos. But nah, showing, I'm gonna end this video off for you boys. Appreciate y'all in the comments below.
I'm gonna go over exactly how I made.
Appreciate y'all in the comments below for watching this reaction video. Like, subscribe, check out another video. Peace out.